Hey everyone, welcome back to Channel Name, where we dive into the most important conversations about mental health, well-being, and personal growth. And yes, we do it with a smile. Today, we're talking about a topic that might just change your life or the life of someone you love. 10 mental illness signs you should not ignore. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. And don't worry, I'll try to keep this as entertaining as possible because let's face it, we all need a little humor when tackling heavy topics. Think of it as a mental health comedy show. Mental health challenges affect millions of people worldwide. Yes, even that person who always seems to have it all together. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 8 people globally live with a mental health disorder. That's a lot of people, folks. That's like if every character in your favorite sitcom had their own therapist. Imagine the plot twists. Let's dive in and make sure we're not ignoring the signs. Because mental health is no joke, but a little humor can help us get through it. A sign number 1 is persistent sadness or low mood. Now, it's normal to feel down sometimes, like when your favorite show gets canceled after one season. We've all been there. But if you've been feeling this way for more than 2 weeks, it could be a sign of depression. And no, binge-watching cat videos won't fix it. Research published in The Lancet Psychiatry shows that untreated depression can significantly impact physical health, relationships, and even life expectancy. So, it's not just about feeling blue. Basically, if sadness was a roommate, this is when it's overstayed its welcome and started eating all your snacks. Time to kick it out. Number 2, excessive worry or anxiety, or as I like to call it, the what-if Olympics. A little stress here and there is normal, like when your phone battery is at 1% and you're nowhere near a charger. We've all been there, right? But if you're constantly on edge or plagued by irrational fears, it might indicate an anxiety disorder. And no, it's not just because you forgot to reply to that text from 3 days ago. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, anxiety disorders affect 19.1% of adults annually. That's a lot of people worrying about whether they left the stove on. So if your brain is basically a hamster on a wheel that never stops running, it might be time to talk to someone. And no, the hamster doesn't need more coffee. Watch out for physical symptoms too, like a racing heart or trouble sleeping, unless you're just scared of the monster under your bed, in which case call Ghostbusters. Or maybe just check under the bed first. Third on our list is drastic changes in sleep patterns. Sleep and mental health are like peanut butter and jelly. They just go together. If you're suddenly sleeping 14 hours a day, or staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. thinking about every embarrassing thing you've ever done, it might be time to investigate. Studies in sleep medicine reviews reveal that poor sleep can both result from and contribute to conditions like anxiety and depression. So if your sleep schedule looks like a toddler's after a sugar rush, take note. Number 4, social withdrawal. If someone is suddenly pulling away from friends, family, or hobbies they used to enjoy, it could be a sign of mental illness. Now, if you're dodging plans because your couch is your soulmate, that's one thing. We've all been there. But if you're avoiding everyone like they're carrying the plague, it's worth paying attention. No, they're not zombies. Human connection is essential for our well-being, even if small talk feels like running a marathon. Trust me, it's worth it. Fifth is irritability or mood swings. Look, everyone has bad days, especially when someone eats your leftovers. It's like a crime against humanity, right? But if mood changes are frequent, extreme, or seem unprovoked, they might signal bipolar disorder or other mood-related conditions. Think of it as your emotions playing hopscotch. If your emotions are flipping like a coin, it's worth checking out. And no, you can't just call heads or tails. Don't worry, there's help for that. And no, it's not just eating more chocolate. Although, chocolate does help sometimes. Number 6, difficulty concentrating or making decisions. Ever feel like your brain is on a coffee break without you? This is a common symptom of conditions like depression and ADHD. It's like your brain decided to play hide and seek with your focus. You know it's bad when you're rereading the same email for the 5th time and still can't figure out if you should reply with thanks or best. Spoiler, both are fine. If your brain feels like it's buffering, don't dismiss it as laziness. It could be something deeper. maybe it's time to give your mind a little TLC. Seventh on our list, unexplained physical symptoms. Did you know that mental illnesses often like to play hide and seek with your body? Headaches, stomach aches, and chronic pain can all be your brain's way of saying, "Hey, pay attention to me." If your body is throwing tantrums for no apparent reason, it might be time to check in with your brain. Think of it as your body's way of saying, "Hello, anybody home? Time for a mental checkup." Number 8 is substance abuse. Sometimes people turn to alcohol or drugs to cope with mental health struggles. It's like trying to fix a leaky faucet with a sponge. Doesn't really work. And while a glass of wine after a long day is fine, if you're starting to name the bottle like it's your new best friend, that's a red flag. Unless you're naming it Chateau de Chilliac, then we might have a problem. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, SAMHSA, highlights how substance abuse often co-occurs with depression and anxiety. So it's like a double whammy. Remember, there are healthier ways to cope, like watching funny cat videos on YouTube. Because who can be sad when cats are being adorable? Sign number 9, changes in appetite or weight. Eating significantly more or less than usual can be a sign of depression, anxiety, or an eating disorder. It's like your stomach suddenly decided to play hide and seek. If your fridge suddenly looks like a graveyard or you're inhaling snacks like a vacuum cleaner, it's time to take note. Your fridge isn't haunted and you're not a snack monster. Remember, it's not about fitting into your jeans, it's about your overall health. So let's keep those jeans happy and your health even happier. And finally, thoughts of self-harm or suicide? Yes, we're getting serious here. This is a serious red flag that requires immediate attention. Like, drop everything and pay attention. If you're having these thoughts, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Seriously, even superheroes need a hand sometimes. Think of it this way, even Batman needed a sidekick. And Robin was pretty cool, right? In the US, you can call or text 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's like having a bat signal in your pocket. Remember, you are not alone, and there is always help available. Even Batman had Alfred after all. Remember, mental health is just as important as physical health. And hey, your brain deserves a spa day too. If you recognize any of these signs in yourself or someone you care about, don't hesitate to seek help. Think of it as calling tech support for your mind. Early intervention can make all the difference. It's like catching a typo before you hit send on that important email. Share this video with someone who might need to hear this, and let's keep breaking the stigma around mental health. Because everyone deserves a little mental tune-up. Stay kind to yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, laughter is the best medicine, unless you have a broken rib.